tonight, Bill, at a little bit of a disadvantage in that their opponent, Providence Academy, had a 0-week game. They've got a game under their belts, a win under the belts, and they come in flying high after a big win at Crookston a week ago.
Right. Providence had a nice win up in Crookston last week, 35 to nothing, and they really dominated the game. The coaching staff was telling us that they sat out a lot of their starters in almost all of the second half, so they really got a good start. The learning curve is very steep at this point in the season. First week to second week is a big difference. So Breck's going to have their hands full. They've got some really good people. They've got some nice size for what they've had the last couple years. They've got some very good skill people, quarterback, receivers, running back, that if they can get into a rhythm and they can do what they need to do and not make mistakes, they're going to really challenge a Providence team.
Breck's got a new head coach in John Martin, but he's not new to the program. He's been their defensive coordinator the last 7 years, so some familiarity certainly for both he and the kids. They, like Providence, a lot of starters back, you know, close to 20 starters back for both of these teams. So they played a lot of guys last year that were underclassmen, and so I think each coach, each team feels, hey, we got a chance to be pretty good this year. Right,
and the last time these two teams met, Breck won 6-0 over at Providence in the playoffs, and they knocked a higher seeded team out. So there's a definite rivalry here tonight, and the fact that they're playing 3 consecutive games last year, regular season in, playoff, and opening game of the season, 3 times playing the same team. They know each other. Like you said, the returning starters, they know the game, they know what they're doing, and it's going to be, I think, a real tough game tonight for both teams.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Providence Academy. Ryan Richardson had a big game running at Crookston. He's a tough running back. It's going to be hard for the Mustangs to stop tonight.
Right, and a key to the Providence offense is going to be how well do they run the ball, how well do they run it from tackle to tackle. I don't know what they're going to go outside very much, but from tackle to tackle, and their big running back Richardson is going to be he's going to be the guy that carries it, and he's going to set the tone. They've got a big offensive line that if they can get a few seams and he hits those things, he's got good downfield speed. So if we see him get into the linebacker and secondary zones, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Two-way starter, he'll also go on linebacker. And for Breck, you've got a guy who's now in his 3rd year as the starting quarterback, senior Graydon Kulik.
And Graydon Kulik has been around the program. We saw him my last year at Minneapolis. He was a freshman, and we saw him play a little bit, and he was way overmatched as a freshman, but you could see that he had some poise, he had some size, and he was going to grow into the job, and he's done a very good job of that the last 2 seasons. And this year is going to be the culmination. He's like a lot of other Breck quarterbacks over the last 15, 20 years. He's tall, 6'4", he's rangy, 175, 180 pounds. So he reminds us of a lot of those kids that have played quarterback here at Breck, and he puts the ball on the money. So they're going to throw the ball around the yard a little bit. But Coach Martin says, nah, we think we're going to run it. But I look for the ball to be in the air a little bit.
These teams will meet a second time during the regular season, October 3rd. We'll take a break and kick this one off. Providence Academy and Breck coming your way next here on 12 Sports.
Watch Channel Home. Why you watch Channel 12 at home? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back to Breck School in Golden Valley. Providence Academy and Breck ready to kick off. The 3rd member of our broadcast crew tonight is Barrett Anderson. She'll be down on the sideline this evening, and let's go to her now. Barrett?
Thanks, John. It's not a new team tonight. They're very familiar with one another, but one thing that is new this season is the fact that they have a new conference. It is the Independent Metro Athletic Conference this year, and the 6-team conference will also have 2 games for both Breck and Providence. They'll kick it off tonight, and then they'll go back to Providence in the next couple of weeks.
All right, Thanks very much, Barrett. And the new IMAC conference, certainly something to watch for this year, Bill. And school, I think all the schools like it. They're all similar in size and similar academic philosophies, and I think it's a good fit for all 6 schools.
I think it's very good. Yep. And having coached in that conference for 4 years, or what was the remnants of that conference for 4 years, it is a good choice.
Tanner Scott kicking off for Providence Academy as Bryce Johnson returns it for Breck, still on his feet all the way across the 25 to the 27-yard line. The Mustangs there in the navy blue with the white trim, and Providence Academy in the white with the gold trim. As again, they start out the season 1-0, a shutout win at Crookston last week, and the first game of the year tonight here for Providence. But some good, talented players back on both sides of the ball, and the Mustangs offense, a lot of guys, as you see the names pop up on your screen for their starters, were starters last year, and a couple of them, including the starting quarterback, have been starters for 2 years. So first down and 10 from the 27 for Breck. First handoff of the game goes to Levi Selmas. We expect to see his name called quite a bit tonight for Breck. They will get the ball in the hands of 3 or 4 different players, Bill, out of the backfield, and certainly even more than that, throwing the ball.
Yeah, they'll certainly be looking to throw the ball to their primary receivers, Ira Buffalo Head and number 20, Ramad Bowman. And they'll keep those guys kind of on the opposite sides of the formation when they can to give them a chance to work one-on-one, and then they'll pair them up to give them some complementary patterns with each other.
Ball start, as you saw Bodum, the fullback, can come out of his stance and toward the line, and so 5-yard penalty after the no gain on the run on first down. They'll set up second down and 15 for Breck back at their 22-yard line. Look at Graydon Kulik, third-year starter. You saw his numbers in the pregame for what he did a year ago, 19 TDs, 11 interceptions, and 4 rushing touchdowns. Back to the ground game, and a very short game for Breck this time. A couple of yards maybe. It'll bring up third down and long. So look at the starting defense for Providence Academy. They've got some big kids on both lines, Bill, offensive and defensive.
They're good size, and they've got 7 kids that are 6'2" or taller, and they've got some good size, particularly tackle to tackle on both sides of the line of scrimmage. A number of those kids go both ways, too.
3 receivers to the left for Breck on third down and 13 to go. Kulik, quick drop, throws, gets it out to Bowman, 25, trying to break a tackle, but he's brought down at the 29-yard line. The tackle made by Jackson Bear, and the sophomore cornerback will force a Breck punt on the opening possession after a gain on that play of 6.
And we'll see a little bubble screen, a nice safe pass. You know, for your first pass of the season, you want to play smart. You want to have a good completion. You don't want to push the ball too far into a place where you might have a problem with it. And that was a nice play, just didn't gain enough for the first down.
Kulik is also the punter, gets a high kick away, fair caught by Baird back at his 34-yard line. And that's where we'll see the Providence Academy offense for the first time.
And I expect that we'll see an opening series somewhat like we just saw from Breck, that I think we'll see, you know, open the game with a running play, maybe a quick pass. But I think Providence will, you know, they'll play it close to the vest here, I think, on their first series.
Henry Van Dellen, starter a year ago as a junior. He's the starting QB tonight for the Lions. Again, first and 10 from their 34. First give is to Richardson, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Kwaku Bodum coming up, making the stop. Help from linebacker Mark Murray. It'll be second down and 10.
They were talking to the coaches, and they believe that if they can get after their linebackers can stay free, they can challenge the running game that Providence is going to put out at them.
Second down and 10. Josh Dart, excuse me, that's
Parker Condon coming in motion on 2nd and 10. They give it to Richardson again. Across the 35, but that's about it. And he's dragged back to be a gain of 1. First contact made by Karsten Salveson. He's a senior captain, two-way starter, a good player for Breck, number 57. Here's a look at Henry Van Dellen. He's 2 of 9 passing last week. And Coach Derek Ashe said, you know, he's a better quarterback than that. We didn't get him into great situations last week. And the game situation, they didn't really need to throw the ball after a while. A gain of 1 for Richardson brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Lions. And Van Dellen straight drop back, swings it out right side. Completion made, will be short of the first down. The catch by Condon, the senior tight end. Gets it out across the 40 to the 42. But they're a full 2 yards short of the first down, and they'll punt.
To Parker Condon for a 6-yard gain on the play. It's 4th down.
So very similar build. That first possession for Breck, not much for Providence Academy. They don't get a penalty as Breck did, but it is a 3-and-out.
Yeah, you know, both defenses have started off pretty well, and both offenses have started off fairly conservatively. Not what I expect to continue the rest of the game.
High kick fielded and returned by Johnson. He had the kickoff return. He's got a good punt returning going here across the 35 down to the 36-yard line. Bryce Johnson, the senior, on the return.
You see, Johnson's got pretty good wheels. He sets himself up pretty nicely. Outruns the first guy, breaks a tackle, gets a nice downfield block before he's finally wrapped up there over on the far sideline.
26-yard return, but there was a penalty on the return late in the return.
In the back, yeah. I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was that blatant, but I'm not on the field and I don't have to make the call. But that kind of sets them back. They had gotten pretty good field position out past the 35-yard line, and now they're back inside the 25 to start.
Kwaku Bodum, the fullback, getting the call on 1st down and 10. Got across the 25 to the 27. Kwaku, a guy that moved from offensive line to fullback on the offensive side of the ball this year. Still a starting linebacker. Picks up 3, 2nd down and 7.
And I think they think that he will be kind of the workhorse back and that Selness will be their speed guy. But they'll use a lot of one-back sets, so it'll be interesting to see how they keep Selness and Bodum working together.
Long count by Kulik, and we get a procedure penalty against Breck. So already 3 penalties for the Mustangs in the first 3 minutes. This will set them back 5 yards.
This is what we talked about, John, and I talked about with both coaching staffs, is that, you know, these first game jitters and those, you know, silly penalties are the ones that Providence theoretically has gotten past, and Breck's going to have to work through that fairly quickly here in the early part of the game to get settled in and try to get some kind of rhythm.
2nd down and 12 after the penalty. Kulik looking left, makes a completion out across the 30. It's Johnson, the 34. Jackson Baird trying to jump the route there. Couldn't get to the ball, instead a completion, and a good one of 10 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and short.
And we see a really nice grab by Johnson here. The ball, his line of vision is interrupted, but he keeps concentration, makes a nice catch, and gets a few yards. They give him a 3rd and short situation, which they really need.
3rd and 2 for Breck. Out of the I formation, he'll throw quickly to his right, and Bowman is wrapped up for a loss back at the 29-yard line. Providence Academy ready for that. And Jackson Beard, another tackle. And a loss on the play of 2. We'll get it again.
And the quick pass, well played from the inside out by Jackson Baird, really giving the receiver, Bowman, no place to go. And a 2 or 3 yard loss, so it's going to force Breck into another punt.
Clock, you don't stop it at every play. You know, it's running, it keeps going. Unless the referee gives you the stop signal.
I thought it was just running time in the fourth quarter.
No, it doesn't mean running time. You gotta watch the referee. He'll start or stop you.
So Kulik with his second punt. And gets a kick away, another high kick. And again, fair caught by Bear, this time back at his 30-yard line. So second possession coming up for Providence.
So we saw a little bit different passing game from Breck. They threw the ball upfield. Johnson made the nice catch, but they really have to get themselves in a position where they can get first downs, and the 3 penalties have really hurt them so far.
Mandel under center, first down at 10, Lions from the 30. Pitch goes back, Richardson left side trying to pick a hole out across the 35 and falls forward to the 37. A gain of 7, best offensive running play by either team so far.
Yeah, nice toss sweep. They lead the Providence leads the fullback and gets pretty good stagnation on the line of scrimmage, and Richardson is able to get is able to get upfield in pretty good order, second and short.
3 carries, 8 yards for Richardson on second down and 3. A snap goes over the head of Van Dellen, chases it down back at the 19-yard line. No big loss, Bill, of what, 18 yards there.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that really kills you is when you have a snap like that, because the bad snap from the shotgun usually means the ball's gone the wrong direction pretty far, and so now we're at 3rd and 23, which is a huge challenge.
3 receivers right side for Van Dellen and the Lions. Strong drop back, throwing down the left sideline. It's got his man in stride, catching it down at the 45-yard line is Isaiah Counts. Isaiah Counts, 6'6", 185-pound senior, and Van Dellen lays it in there perfectly, Bill.
Yep.
And a great play and a gain of 36.
That's what you need when you got a 3rd and 23 is get the ball out on the sideline. A nice ball, well caught, well defended by the Breck defense, but Counts makes a play. It's nice to have a guy 6'6" that can run out there and make a grab on the ball like that.
So they convert on 3rd and 23, 1st and 10 from the Breck 45, and movement for Providence by Matt Richardson. And that's Providence's first penalty. I'll set them back 5.
Boy, procedure penalties drive coaches crazy. Those are just concentration mistakes, and people really have to focus in on what's going on, and that's all it is. It drives coaches nuts.
Go for the sweep, and a loss back at the 47-yard line.
Connor White on the carry, tackled at the line of scrimmage. Correction behind the line of scrimmage by Bryce Johnson.
Bryce Johnson coming up and dropping Connor White for a loss of 2. So look at Derek Ashe, second-year head coach, been with the program 10 years, been with the program from the start, but second year as head coach, a product of Wayzata High School, played for Roger LaPelt back in the early 90s. And Roger, of course, helped start the football program at Providence.
Absolutely.
Van Dellen on the run at 2nd and 12. He'll run it and scoot out of bounds at the 47 of Breck. He'll pick up 5. And setting up 3rd down and 12.
That was a good decision.
And there's John Martin the headset, first-year head coach. He was 7 years defensive coordinator here at Breck, a graduate of Brooklyn Center High School, and coached there for a couple of years. Was also in Moorhead and Glendenfelden, and has been with this Breck program now for 8 years altogether. Marcus Harris, a teammate of his at BC, is his offensive coordinator.
Good connection there.
3rd down and 12 for Providence from the Breck. 47. Inside of 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Play action. Van Dellen going deep. And it almost intercepted. Back defensively was Ira Buffalohead defending on counts, and it falls incomplete. Buffalo had the best chance at that one.
Yeah, he had the best. I think he got a little grab on Count's hand right there. But it was incidental enough. It was below their waist, and you're right, John. He had the better shot at it. So even after giving up a 3rd and 23, giving up 36 yards on a 3rd and 23, Breck defense is able to stiffen up and force the punt, but they're going to have the ball fairly deep in their own territory here.
Richardson with a punt fielded by Johnson inside his own 10. He's fearless on returns, Bill, and get another one, brings us out across the 20 to 23. There's another flag down, though, in the area where you would think perhaps a hold or an illegal block during the return, but we'll see.
Boy, that's another tough one. But getting those penalties like that deep in your own zone, illegal block in the back. Usually I like to tell you guys, if you see his numbers, don't hit him.
Right.
It's like, you know.
Well, you got use of hands and field now back to the 5-yard line for Breck.
Yeah, so they've had good field position in each of their 3 possessions, but because of penalties, they've been moved back, and now they've got their worst field position of the entire quarter so far.
Van Dellen throwing, makes the completion out across the 10, across the 15. And it's a first down to the 17-yard line on the first catch of the night for Mo Law. Gain of 12, Bill.
Nice first down. Mustangs get a nice throw, catch, and run. Lawal does a nice job of keeping his feet underneath him after he got hit to get the first down. Otherwise, he would have been stopped a yard or so short.
First down tonight for the Mustangs. Kulik, deep throw, trying to hit Bowman, but overshot him. And a lot of white jerseys around Bowman, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And I believe that's first incomplete pass for them.
Yep.
And Bowman, it looked to me, I don't want to be critical too much, but it looked to me like Bowman didn't completely run through the route there. And the thing you have to do, if you're running a deep route, you have to run. You can't throttle back and think that the ball is going to get to you. Quarterback's throwing the ball based on how he sees you running, and he's assuming that you're running at full speed.
On 2nd down and 10, back to the ground game, and has been much success in the early going, at least here for Breck on the ground. There'll be no gain in 3rd down. Take a look at it again, Bill. They give it to Selness again.
When you can see that there's 2 or 3 white shirts. The biggest challenge for the running game at this point in the season is for the offensive lineman is being coordinated. All 5 guys going the right direction at the right time and staying involved with your block. You can't just bump a guy. You got to block him for the entire play. And 1 or 2 seconds just doesn't cut it.
Gulick having to scramble on 3rd down. Now trying to run for the first down. Still on his feet and got very close to the first down sticks near the 27-yard line.
Looks like he's going to be just shy, but not by much, I don't think. You see pretty good pressure off the left side, but the right side allows him open, and he gets a pretty good run and then keeps his feet going, and oh, he's gonna be very close.
Well, they marked him pretty much a full yard short.
Yeah.
I thought he had gotten a little closer than that, but they mark him that much short, and so they line up, though, as if to go for it. We'll see. Kulik, again, is the puncher, so he could kick it away from, but he gets up under center, and then we get a flag, and we're going to have a procedure penalty against Breck that's going to nullify the quarterback sneak, was what they were trying to do.
Yeah, and that's their 4th or 5th penalty now in the first quarter, and that's, that's a tough one. 4th and short, and I know exactly what Kulik was wanting to do. He wanted to get a touch and go. He wanted to just come up. As soon as he touches the center, the ball snapped, and everybody just goes. And it's basically him in the center one-on-one. And all they need is just to have him take one step and lunge forward, and he got the first down. He didn't get the step. He moved forward, pushed the center, and all of a sudden you got a procedure penalty, and you're back up 5 more yards.
And so Kulik with his 3rd punt. This time Baird will return it. Out across midfield into Breck territory. Baird down the sideline and still on his feet and finally brought down at the 36-yard line. Bowman on the tackle, but a good return by Baird. A flag comes out late after the whistle. Which usually isn't unsportsmanlike or a personal foul of some sort.
This may be offsetting at this point. It looked like both guys were wrestling each other as they came to the ground.
Personal foul just on the defense. Let's take a look at it again.
That's a major. We'll see that Ramad Bowman does a nice job of making the tackle right there.
They get tangled up
they got tangled up, and they both were pushing and shoving, and that could be offsetting.
Right.
And I didn't see anything that was done by one guy that wasn't done by the other.
Right. But nonetheless, it's a first down. Another 15 yards tacked on after the penalty. And the line's at the 21-yard line of Breck here. And Dellen giving to Richardson. Ryan Richardson inside the 20-yard line down to the 16. We talked about Ryan a lot, but you saw a big play in the last series by his younger brother, Matt Richardson. You also have the Weebush brothers who are big parts of this team, and the line and linebackers, Trent and Trey. And between those 4 guys, they bring a lot of physicality to the game, Bill.
Yeah, they're all pretty well-built guys.
Gain of 5 for Richardson. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 16. And another handoff, and it's Richardson again. Time a little shorter gain. Brought down by Charlie Gamer, and it's 3rd down coming up for the Lions. Man, a little less than 2 to go.
It looks like right now that Providence is going to decide that, all right, we're going to just jam the ball at these guys, and if we get 4 yards at a crack, 3 yards at a crack, we're going to go down, and we're going to just jam the ball here, see what happens. And Breck's going to really have to step up on the defense. Otherwise, this thing's going to be 2, 3, 4 yards at a crack all the way to the goal line.
Richardson the single back now. And he gets the toss on 3rd and 1 and breaks inside the 10, inside the 5. Will be 1st down and goal. Bodum on the tackle along with Johnson, and it's 1st down and goal with a 3.
And you can see the challenge of tackling a 6'2", 215-pound tailback. Pretty well blocked at the line of scrimmage. And you can see that he takes 2 guys with him as he's tackled, but not until well after the 1st down, 1st and goal at the 4.
Final play or 2 of the quarter here, under 20 seconds to go at this snap. They'll give to Richardson without darting for the end zone, and he's in for the score. Ryan Richardson, who had 4 touchdowns a week ago against the Crookston Pirates, gets TD number 5 of the season in the first of the IMAC conference, and it's 6-0 Providence.
Let me see here. will get the point after here.
Tanner Scott, junior kicker. Be out of the hold of Will Johnson. Good snap. Kick is up, and it's through. And with 12 seconds left in the first quarter, it's 7-0, Providence Academy.
So here we see just a good lead play. Nice block made by 37 Trey Weebush to get Richardson into the end zone. This is where the linebackers, it's really tough. Is that Weebush is a 6-foot, 220-pound fullback, followed by a 6'2", 215-pound tailback, and your linebacker has to step up and take on the block and try to make the play. That's a tough call.
He's already got 7 carries today, Bill, in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be the workhorse, even though Coach Ashe said that, well, we'll spread the ball around a little bit and see what happens. And last week, because of the direction the game went, they had several guys carry the ball and have pretty good yardage. But, I think while the game is in doubt, I think Richardson's going to be the man.
Kick will be fielded by Bowman at the 13-yard line. Across the 20, 25, and driven out of bounds there at the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Parker Condon. Good thing for Breck. No penalty on that return.
Yeah, yeah, no, and
good field position to start.
Better field position, and they need to just put that last series behind them. And they've got to stop the mistakes. 6 penalties in one quarter just is not gonna work.
Final play likely right here of the quarter. Kulik looking over the defense. Under center on first down from the 28-yard line. He'll give it to Selness. Trying to dart to the 30-yard line. He's tackled and stopped for no gain as the quarter comes to an end. And Ryan Richardson, who just scored the touchdown, gets the tackle on Selness to end the first quarter. We'll take our first break of the game. Our score after 1, Providence Academy 7, Breck nothing. You're watching IMAC Conference Football on Channel 12.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
First play of the second quarter is a quick pass from Kulik to Bowman out of the backfield that brings Breck out to the 36-yard line. That was a 2nd down and 10 play, gained them 7. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
And Bowman on that particular play made a nice grab, turned upfield to the outside and got about 7 yards after he caught the ball right around the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and short now for Breck.
Kulik, quick hitting throw, and get a penalty and a flag against Providence. It's going to be likely interference or a defensive hold. It's probably interference. I'm guessing the ball was in the air. The intended receiver was Lawal, and we'll check out the flag. It is interference.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean hit in the back of the receiver before the ball got to him, and that's going to result in a 15-yard penalty against the Lions.
Second penalty against Providence for 20 yards. Breck taking 6 penalties in the first quarter for 50 yards. First and 10, Breck at the Providence 49-yard line. Pitch goes to Selness, left side, hit in the backfield by Matt Richardson and dropped for a loss. Had some help along the way, but Matt Richardson again making first contact. And a loss of 2.
Yeah, pretty good force on the right defensive flank that time, and forcing Selness to try to turn up where there really wasn't any place to go.
Second down and 12 rather, at the 49 of Breck now as Kulik steps inside of some pressure, now runs outside left, breaks a tackle from Richardson inside the Providence 40, and we get flags down. He had enough for the first down, but we have a flag that will bring this back. Flag further downfield and then one back up in about where the backfield would be. They're talking to the Providence captains. Right, it's Ryan Ilitalo, you saw, number 50. Yeah, they get 2 penalties, and they'll take the holding penalty.
Yeah, because that's the more painful of the 2. But there's a
pretty good run by Kulik here. Breaks a tackle from Richardson. And the penalty back to the 39 now of Breck. Second down and 22 with 10:20 to play here in the second quarter. And Kulik to throw and makes the completion. Lawal breaking a tackle into Providence territory inside their 45 to the 44. Ilitalo on the tackle. No tussling for the ball at the end of the play. But a good gain after a couple of negative plays, Bill, and they pick up 17 yards here.
That was really a nicely done job, particularly by Lawal after he catches the ball. We'll see he makes a turn in, catches the ball right here, breaks through a nice job breaking a tackle there, and avoids a second tackle and keeps his legs underneath him all the way down for a 17-yard gain. Very nicely done.
3rd and 5 now for Breck. Kulik fires, makes the completion. Ryan Richardson on the tackle. We'll see where the spot of the ball is. Catch made by Selness. Looks like he'd be shy, but not by much. Gain of 4, first catch for Selness.
If we watch the progress of the football here by Lawal, that was awfully close to the line to gain. Looked to me like he had the line, but the linesman coming up the sideline from the line of scrimmage is trailing the play and can't get an exact spot.
Lawal with back-to-back catches, 4th and short. Kulik on the keeper as a first down.
That's what they were trying to do on the previous 4th and short. This time they ran it properly and did a pretty good job.
3rd first down for Breck. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. of Providence Academy. So best field position of the night here for the Mustangs. Single back Selness and first down and 10 from the 37 for Breck. Kulik on the draw, giving to Selness. 35, 33-yard line. Trey Webush in on the stop for Providence. But Selness with his best run of the game picks up 4.
And that was a nicely executed draw, well called. Draw on first down, particularly after you've had a couple of good passing plays, usually gets the eyes of the defensive lineman up and gives the running back a chance to get into the linebacker zone. That was pretty well done. Nice call and well executed.
2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. 7:40 to play, second quarter. It's 7-0 Providence. Throw and incomplete. Close to being intercepted as it fell at the feet of Will Johnson. It'll be 3rd down. Kulik so far 7 of 9 passing.
Yeah, that was really the first bad ball he's thrown tonight. He was way off target, or the target wasn't where he was supposed to be. Quarterbacks never throw the ball poorly. So
right.
The receivers are not in the right place.
54 yards passing for Kulik on his 7 completions. On 3rd and 6. Nice downfield. He's going to go deep for Johnson toward the end zone, and it's caught. Almost intercepted, and it is caught for a touchdown.
No, they're calling it the back judge called it a touchback.
I think he got confused for a moment on which team was throwing the ball, but it is a touchdown for Johnson on a ball that certainly looked like it might get picked off, and instead Johnson in the right spot, and he makes the catch on the 33-yard touchdown strike from Graydon Kulik.
Johnson did a nice job of using his body and his hands to take the ball, just literally take the ball away from the defender, who played that about as well as you can.
Bowman slipping on the turf, and his extra point attempt is blocked, and so it remains 7-6.
And the kick is blocked. Providence.
Look at the touchdown again.
Watch this, and watch Johnson go up and get this. This is well played by the defender. You can see that he just took it right out of the hands of number 21, Connor White, who played that about as well as you can. He's thinking, geez, I've got an interception here. Look, I'm coming down with the ball. I've got it. I got it. No, I don't. The other guy got it, and he's in the end zone. That is an excellent play.
Kulik, first touchdown pass of the season, first points of the year for Breck, gets them on the board. They trail by a point. 7:14 to go in the second quarter.
And that's where the receiver will come over and say to the quarterback, "I sure made you look good on that one, didn't I?"
I assume one of the teams took a timeout here. I did not see a signal from the officials. We got a little bit of break before the kickoff. You can download the Channel 12 app to your smartphone. Bill, if you haven't done it already, I'll let you do it at halftime.
I tried to do it today, and I couldn't find it on the App Store.
Well,
you know how many Channel 12s there are in the country?
I see. You go to the website for more information.
There you
go to Channel. Either in your search function, put Channel 12 Northwest Community Television, you'll find it.
I will do that. That's
we
on
appreciate
my
your
to-do
feedback.
list. Yes.
Yeah. Watch all of our programming, catch our game schedules and more. It's a full season of prep football here on Channel 12. Kicked off Thursday night. Bill and Jay Wilcox calling the game at Park Center High School. The Pirates had a nice victory at home in their home opener against Bloomington Kennedy. 42-7. Watched part of that game last night, Bill, and Park Center's got some nice weapons on offense.
They do. And Kennedy's a decent team. They just did the same kind of thing last night that Breck has done in the first quarter and part the second quarter this afternoon. Is they made mistakes that they just ended up not being able to recover from.
Bowman's short kick fielded by Matt McKevitt. And he's upended at the 30-yard line by Kwaku Bodum. So Providence will start from their own 30. They lead it by a point here. Touchdown run from Ryan Richardson.
Relatively short kick by Bowman, but very, very well covered by the Breck kick coverage team, particularly Odom, as he got down there or Bodum, excuse me, got down there in very good order to make the tackle on the 30-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Van Dellen, first down and 10 for his club. He'll hand the ball off to Ryan Richardson, hit in the backfield, and not too much room for him to go. It's brought down by Bodum and friends in the backfield. Will be a loss of 2. It's his first loss tonight on his 8 carries. Well defended by the Mustangs.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. They got good penetration off of their defensive right side behind the block from the man in motion, and that really forced Richardson to have to stop in the backfield. Once a big back like that stops his feet, he's almost always going to be stopped. He has to maintain his momentum, and when you get penetration, that's what stops him.
Jake Yucatel-Cohen along with Bodum in on that stop. Play action on 2nd and 12. Van Dellen throwing and throws too high. Trying to hit Richardson coming out of the backfield. Bodum on the coverage downfield. It'll be 3rd and 12.
We got 3rd and long. For Providence here to try to generate a first down. One of the things that the defense is going to want to do is get a 3 and out here and get their offense the ball back.
Third and long for the Lions. Van Dellen, some pressure from Salveson, throws downfield for White, makes the catch, and he's in the open, and he's going to go for the touchdown. 71 yards. Connor White from Henry Van Dellen for a Providence score.
Now, and Connor White gives the touchdown pass right back to Breck that Johnson had taken away from him a moment ago.
Yeah, this one was almost picked off by Murray, and instead it's White coming down with the ball and carries it in the rest of the way for the score. Tanner Scott to try to add the extra point. Excuse me, Bill.
No, that was really well done. And again, a nice effort. Not a great pass by Van Dellen, but certainly a good effort by Connor White to make that grab.
Low line driver, but it is up and through, and it's 14-6 Providence Academy with 5:59 to go in the first half.
Here we see Van Dellen. Good pressure. He has to move and just heaves the ball out there. He really didn't get a chance to set his feet, but you can see Murray doesn't quite know where the ball is, makes a great effort on the play, but White has the ball and into the end zone. You say 71 yards. That's a huge play. And again, we see that the defender Murray one-on-one did a good job of playing the receiver. Didn't quite know where the ball was, and that's what hurt him. Is that White knew where the ball was and was able to put his grabbers on it and make the play.
Connor White's a track kid too, a sprinter, and he's a guy that Derek Ashley told us in the preseason. A guy they think they can get into some open space and make big plays for them down the field like that.
Yeah, and that's he and Isaiah Counts make a nice combination of receivers to go along with that power running game.
Bowman fields the ball at 11, upended at the 30-yard line. Flag coming in late. Tackled on the play by Matt McKevitt.
17-yard return of Scott.
What a laundry on the field in the first half, Bill.
Ramad Jokio.
This time on
And the tackle was made by McKevitt.
holding against Breck. Okay, they had signaled originally against Providence, but it is against Breck during the return. And so, again, a return hold is going to hurt the Mustangs. And they'll be marched back inside their 15. They'll spot it at the 14. First down and 10, Mustangs. Now trying to answer that touchdown by Providence. But they start again deep in their own end.
They just have to, bounce back. Just maintain your cool, do what you can do, and make something happen.
Give goes to Selness. And Selness, not much going, trying to sweep it wide. Gets it to the 15-yard line, but that's it, Bill. A gain of 1.
Yeah, they're gonna struggle to run the ball.
I didn't even get that.
Against the Providence. The Providence defense is set up to take things from the inside out, from the ball to the flanks, and if they get any kind of flank support, which they have so far tonight, then the running game to the outside is going to be very, very difficult.
Kulik, pump fake, now throws down the middle. Bowman open off his hands and incomplete. Covered underneath by Ilatalo and Baird back behind, and Bowman unable to come up with the catch.
Now that was well done. A really nice pump fake. Oh, you got a defensive hold. That's going to help Breck out a little bit. But that was a really nice pump fake. Very poised by Graydon Kulik to look into the flat, pump into the flat, and then come back up the middle to Bowman, and just off of Bowman's hands. Look at that nice look and poise in the Bowman. That's where he wanted to be 6'4" on that one.
So second first down that Breck has gotten via the penalty in this first half. Defensive holding makes it 1st and 10 for Breck at their 24-yard line. No, excuse me, it's not quite a first down. It's second down to 1.
Yep.
Not an automatic first down like it is in the NFL. Ball is fumbled, but Breck got back on top of it. So they may have actually gained a little bit of yardage out of that, Bill. Looks like they did. And that will give them the first down.
That's not quite the way the offensive coaches would have drawn that play up, but effective in getting the first down nonetheless.
So from the 25, Breck will reset. We're going to strike again here before halftime with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. 2 receivers to either side for the Mustangs. And Kulik back to throw. Richardson with some pressure late throw and underthrew his receiver Bowman. It's incomplete. Kulik tonight 8 of 11 with touchdown pass. I don't know if he saw the linebacker underneath Weebush and purposely kept that a little low so Weebush couldn't get it, or just missed on the throw.
Right. He came up over his hand came up over the top of the ball. Almost looked like that was he was going to throw it low, and so that the only person that had a chance to catch it was going to be Bowman or the ground, and not risk an interception.
Second and 10. Kulik throwing a little high that time, missing his intended receiver. That was Charlie Gamer. First time he's been a target on a pass, and it's 3rd down.
Defending on the play, Ryan Italo.
Providence Lions staff feels that they got a pretty good defensive group of players. I mean,
Right.
a lot of guys that play on both sides of the ball. They think they've got some really good athletes on that side that slow down not only Breck tonight but other
Right.
teams this season.
And they've got some good size. They've got very good mobility. I'm surprised that their linebackers at the sizes they are as mobile as they are, and that's a big help because the linebackers can cover a fair amount of ground.
They're down in 10, big opening up the middle, and Selmas has the first down, carries it all the way out to the 39 and a gain of 14. Big play, Bill, on third down and 10 to get 14 on the ground.
Yeah, that's a big play. Third down is not the optimal down to call a draw or a screen, but very well executed. And this is what Levi Selmas can do very well. He gets in and gets in behind his lineman. See, he gets in right in there and he makes a nice move. And Richardson can't really make a play on him. He just kind of leaves Richardson grabbing for air and makes a nice run.
Got a nice seal off from the right guard that opened that hole, and Selmas picks up 14. Throw and almost intercepted, broken up defensively by Connor White on the pass intended for Ira Buffalo Head.
And that was one where Kulik just had to hold that ball just a step longer than he wanted to. He wanted to get rid of it just a count early. He wants to get rid of it right now, and he had to hold it and just couldn't quite make the play and gave White just that half stride to get his hand on the ball. Very well thrown ball. Buffalo had a good chance to catch that ball, and it was thrown low where the defender didn't have any chance to grab it.
Second down and 10. They'll go back to the ground game and Selmas. Another decent hole up the middle, and he gets 5 yards, maybe a little more. It'll be third down and a long 4 for Breck.
Again, that's another draw. He's had 3 draw plays tonight, John, that he's done pretty well on. The sweeps, not so much, but the draw plays he's done very well on. He does a good job of getting his eyes upfield, and he runs towards the goal line. It's one thing you really like to have all your running backs do is keep their shoulders and hips square to the line of scrimmage and run to the goal line.
Ball at the 46 of Breck. They face a third down and 4, and need to get it squarely to midfield for a first down. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Play action. And Kulik throwing deep over the middle, almost intercepted by Baird, tipped and incomplete. Bowman, the intended receiver. And a couple of guys had a shot at it. Baird, the one that got a hand on it to break it up, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, I've noticed here in this quarter, Providence has almost all the time, particularly in passing situations, has got double team on Bowman. They've got a high-low defense. They got one guy close to the line of scrimmage and one guy deeper covering Bowman. So that makes it very challenging to get Bowman the football, but it also means somebody else is on one-on-one coverage.
Kulik's fourth punt. Bounce sideways. Baird will pick it up. The defender near him, and he returns it a couple of yards out past the 25. Tackle on the play by Lawal. And so Providence, with 2:25 left in the half, Bill will try to put up some points before halftime and extend their lead.
Yeah, they're going to want to try to get a more than an 8-point lead, obviously, before the half. And they've shown that they can be a big play team as well as just a grinded out group. But with 2:25 to go in the half, they're going to probably mix it up pretty well here and maybe try to hit one big play before the half is over.
Line of scrimmage is the 27 for the Lions. Van Dellen will give, and Richardson is stopped at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Bodum leading the attack defensively. Breck has stiffened up the last couple of inside run plays by Providence Academy. It's no gain.
Absolutely.
Loss of the play, actually,
yeah.
at 2.
Kwaku Bowman does a nice job of getting in there. And there was good penetration. That time the fullback didn't get his block, and the result was a 2-yard loss. You cannot be fullbacks on that play, on the lead play. They can't miss their block. But the guy that they were supposed to block is right there in the middle of it.
Second and 12. Van Dellen swings it out right side and off the hands of Condon. Catchable ball, but he couldn't come in with it, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, that time Condon wanted to, he knew the ball was coming. He wanted to get the ball caught and turned upfield. You just got to do it in the other order. You got to catch the ball, then turn upfield. As you can see, just gets his eyes right off, just takes his eyes off the ball right before it gets to his hands.
Breck defense looking to hold here. Maybe get another shot for their offense here. Third down and 12 with 1:36 to go in the second quarter.
This is where they have to be aware of a deep ball.
Van Dellen throws over the middle. There's the deep ball, and he threw it just a little bit high. Drew Lahr was in the clear, Bill.
Yes, he was. That ball is caught. Lahr is still running. And there was, for some reason, there was no safety in the middle of the field, and Bowman was trailing the play. I don't know if this was a man defense or what. We had a blitz coming up the middle. But you can see there's no safety there. And Bowman's going, is anybody going to help?
There's a timeout on the field.
Timeout taken with a 4th and 12 coming for Providence and a minute 29 to go.
Tonight's trivia question. The person with the
Bill, I think each coach, we'll talk about it more at halftime, will have certainly things they can tell their kids to work on at halftime.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations that are going to be made here. I think, Breck has just got to start and say, we're doing okay. They can't be down on their kids. They said the mistakes we've made are correctable. Don't hit people in the back, don't jump offside or proceed illegally, and play with some poise. I mean, their problems so far tonight have just been in concentration. And, and I'm sure that Providence is going to be saying, hey, don't take these guys lightly. You might think that they're going to fold up just because we're bigger and stronger, but they aren't going to fold up, and you're going to have to play a whole game here.
High snap. Richardson's kick is blocked. Blocked at the 20-yard line. Breck is going to take over in great field position just outside the Providence 20 with a minute 20 to go in the first half.
I believe that was blocked by not Jake Cohen, but number 55, Justin Brown. Made the block. And we get a good look here. There's some penetration up the middle from Brown. A high snap, and Richardson has to get his feet under him before he can try to kick it, and that gave Brown the opportunity to get in there. And Breck in good operating position right now.
From the 21 of Providence, Van Dellen firing and throwing an incomplete. Well, all the intended target will be second down and 10 with a minute 15 to go.
One of the things that we'll take a look at, and we'll see that that Graydon Kulik does this a lot, and the coaching staff here at Breck gives their quarterbacks a lot of leeway to make decisions at the line of scrimmage. And you'll see a lot of times that before the snap of the ball, Kulik will be, you'll see him pointing and gesturing, you'll see him calling some things, and he's making decisions as he sees the defense set up.
He'll swing it out right side, caught by Selness, got some room that right side inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
And a well-executed swing pass. Selness has been running a swing route the last 3 or 4 pass plays. They've been throwing the ball upfield. Now the defense upfield is pretty good. Kulik looks upfield, holds the defense until he can get the ball out to Selness in the flat. And Selness, after he gets hit for a 140-pounder, drives 3 guys that are near 200 pounds right down the field and puts the ball into scoring position.
First down and goal inside the 7 for Breck. They'll give to Selness. And he's hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss. Back to the 9, Nick Kramer. Junior defensive lineman comes up, makes the stop. Breck will take a timeout with 41 seconds remaining. Loss of 2.
Mustangs take a timeout.
Bill, take a look at that defensive play by the Lions.
Here we see. That was one where I think that Bodum just didn't quite see where his block was supposed to be. If he would have hit number 9, that's the defender, Nick Kramer. If he hit him on his outside hip, that play would have gone for 3 or 4 or 5 yards. But he was on the inside, and that allowed Kramer to step out and make the play on Selness for the loss. And that can be attributed to just the fact that Bodum hasn't been blocking out of the backfield for very long. You know, he's moved to a new position this year, and that is a skill that can be learned, but it takes some time to learn it.
2nd and goal. Timeout Providence. After the Breck timeout, so we'll reset here. Well, this is a big series, Bill.
Sure.
Breck, you haven't played terribly well, and you have a chance to go in by down 2-1 or possibly tied at halftime.
Yeah.
And for Providence, you want to maintain that 8-point lead and get your team a little momentum going into the break.
Yeah, this is an emotional series right now, because coming into the half, if Breck scores and gains a little bit of momentum going into halftime, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. And likewise, if Providence, after making a mistake on the blocked punt, keeps them out of the end zone, they're saying, hey, we're okay. We got shattered, we got a little bit rattled, but we kept them out of the end zone, no problem.
2nd and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line of Providence. Another flag is down. Another procedure penalty against the Mustangs.
Illegal procedure called against the Mustangs.
Well, everybody's got to hold still, especially. We made this comment in the game last night that the quarterback from that shotgun position has to have control of the line of scrimmage with his voice. He's got to project his voice and make sure that everybody understands what's going on, and everybody's got to focus on the snap count.
9th penalty of the half for Breck. 2nd and goal from the 13. Kulik looking left. Oh, off the hands of Johnson. Is it intercepted?
No,
Incomplete.
no, incomplete.
Almost picked off on the play by Will Johnson. It was off the hands of Bryce Johnson of Breck. And it'll be 3rd and goal.
And Bryce Johnson took his eyes off the ball right before it got to his hands. He had that catch. He knew he had the catch and wanted to get upfield. Watch his eyes. Watch number 18's eyes as he comes in from the outside right there. He turned his head right before the ball hit his hands. He peeked to his left. You can't do that.
3rd and goal, 34 seconds left. Johnson coming in motion. Kulik play action, rolling left. Got his man Bowman open. Touchdown.
There's a big play right there. Now, with 27 seconds to go in the half, you kick the point, or do you run a try to go a 2-point conversion and tie this thing up?
I think I go for 2.
I think so too. Yep, I think so too. I want to come back, and I'd want to come back with a similar, not the same play, but a similar type play. That was great misdirection by Levi Selman, selling the run hard, and Graydon Kulik getting a nice bootleg and getting himself outside on the left offensive flank and hitting a wide open Bowman. Renard Bowman making a nice grab.
2 receivers either side as they go for the 2-point conversion. Kulik's throw is caught, and we're tied at 14.
Well done by the Breck defense to get the stop and the offense to get the ball in the end zone.
Bowman gets all 8 points in that sequence.
You see a nice play fake, run fake there, and the corner had to make a decision. The corner on the defensive right side had to make a decision. Do I go into the flat and play pass defense, or do I have to protect the guy running?
And there's a 2-point conversion. Kulik to Bowman again.
And that was a nice rub right there. That was a well-executed rub. We can't say pick because a pick is an illegal play, but a rub is not. And that was well executed. And that's been in Breck's playbook for the last 20 years.
$14-all with 27 seconds left in the half.
And I believe.
So kicking off for Breck will be Chase Hedrick. Good line driver will bounce to be fielded back at the 15-yard line. Returned up the middle. Connor White fumbles the football. Scramble forward at the 38. No signal yet. And it is Providence Academy hanging on to the ball.
Boy, this is a coaching staff seeing their life flash before their eyes. The guy's about one step away from breaking it for maybe a touchdown, and Murray knocks the ball out of his hand. And the Providence guy does a nice job of holding on to it. Looks like it was going to bounce away from him. It looks like he ended up hanging on to make the play.
They're bunched in tight. We're going to get a kneel down here for Van Dellen, and that'll be the last play of the first half. So, Bill, an entertaining first half. Some definite momentum swings.
Yeah.
And we go to the intermission tied at 14.
I want to say that was a well-played first half. Well played from the sense that there were several plays by each team that were very good. Each team made enough mistakes to lose a ball game. And that's what the coaching staffs are going to correct at the halftime here.
School far enough away where at Breck here, the teams just go to the end zone at halftime and then meet for 10 minutes or so and discuss the first half of play and how things have gone so far.
And this is a nice evening that, you want to keep the kids out in the air and everything like that, and there we are.
Let's go down to the sideline now, and Barrett Anderson.
Thanks, guys. Derek, it's been a heck of a first half. What are your thoughts right now?
Just a tough football game, tough inside the tackles. We knew Breck would come out firing out hard, and they've done just that. We got to make a few adjustments, and we'll be ready for the second half.
Yeah, you've had the lead twice tonight. Right now it's all tied up. How do you plan to change that coming into the next second half?
Well, we have some things that are working for us, and I think we can get to our passing game more in the second half, and we can get outside the tackles a little bit in the second half. So we're looking for maybe spreading the field a little bit and seeing where they want to line up.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Good luck. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Barrett. Our score at halftime, Providence Academy 14, Breck 14. We'll come back with our intermission. IMAC Conference Football continuing live on this Friday night on Channel 12 after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Nice Friday night at McKnight Stadium here in Golden Valley. Our score at halftime in our IMAC conference game, it's Providence 14 and Breck 14. Well, you've heard Bill and I talk quite a bit about these teams during the first half, but I had a chance to visit each of the camps the last couple of weeks for our preseason reports on Providence and Breck. You'll get to hear from the coaches and the players. And let's go to that now, starting with Providence Academy. With some technical difficulties there, we apologize for that. Our score right now is Providence 14, Breck 14. Take another break, come back with more of our intermission. Halftime continuing at Breck after this timeout.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
That's low. That's low and below.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Providence Academy 14, Breck 14. We're at halftime here at Breck. And a good first half of football, interesting first half. And then we'll look at some of the highlights from the opening half of play. And Providence Academy getting on the board first. Ryan Richardson with a touchdown run of 4 yards. Extra point was good from Scott, and it made it 7-0 after 1. Breck coming back in the second quarter. Nice reception and run after the catch by Mo Malal. And then Graydon Kulik going downfield. Great play going up for the ball, taking it away from the defender. Bryce Johnson is, looks like it was almost going to be picked off by Connor White. And Breck gets on the board. They missed on their extra point try, and it was 7-6. Providence came back, though, and Connor White, this time the receiver, makes good as he will pull the ball out of the air. And as the defender Mark Murray was going for the pick for Breck, at 71 yards on the pass from Henry Van Dellen, puts Providence up 14-6 after the extra point. Another look at the throw by Van Dellen, and White with the catch, and Henry Van Dellen excited about his first touchdown pass of the season. That puts Breck up by, Providence up by 8 points. Breck came back though late. Bill put together a good drive. He got a blocked punt, scored, and tied the game up after the 2-point conversion. As you look at the stats, pretty even. What surprises me going, as you look at the numbers going in, you wouldn't think at halftime Breck would have the more rushing yards and Providence would have the more passing yards, but yet here we are.
Yep, exactly, and very even stat-wise. The rushing yards a little bit skewed for the Lions because they had that big loss, a 19-20-yard loss on the bad snap, and then virtually all of their passing yards came on 2 plays, a 71-yard touchdown pass and another one for 36 yards. So whereas the Mustangs a little bit more balanced maybe, but they had the one long pass play for their first touchdown. So both teams making big plays. Both teams have hurt themselves with mistakes and particularly penalties.
You know, we didn't get to see those stories at halftime, but the coaches and the players both talked about the great experience that they have back in their players and the ability, they think, to take that experience and turn it into victories this year in this conference. They both think they've got some good football players and a good team overall.
And that's what the returning players can do for you. It gives you a little bit more of a boost at the beginning of the season because there's not as steep a learning curve. Those guys that played last year, both teams have about 18, 19 guys that were starters a year ago. So that means that they've got guys that have got a lot of game experience. They've played through an entire season. They've played in the playoffs, and now they're ready to step up. A lot of these guys are juniors, like Van Dalen, who started as a sophomore, and then you've got Graydon Kulik, the quarterback with Breck, who's in his third year starting now, and guys that have played throughout their high school career. They've worked together, and that's the hardest thing to get a young group of guys to do, is to work together and get all 11 guys on the same direction at the same time. And you know, it has showed at times this year with some big plays by both of these teams, but both teams have suffered from some mental mistakes as well.
Providence Academy 14, Breck 14. We're at halftime. We'll come back with more from Breck School in Golden Valley. You're watching live coverage of prep football on this Friday night on Channel 12.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
$14 our score. Providence Academy and Breck. We go back to the sideline now, and Barrett Anderson, who's standing by with John Martin.
John, how do you feel about the first half so far?
First half, we've shot ourselves in the foot a number of times. Where I think we've got 6 or 7 penalties of their one. We're not helping ourselves out. This is a good Providence football team that we're lucky to be tied at halftime right now. Our depth isn't very good, so you know our guys are getting tired, but we gotta find a way to fight through it.
Yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunities at the end of the half, but then you did manage to tie the game up. How do you plan on taking the lead in the second half?
Well, execution and having the kids fight through that initial feeling of being tired. You know, they've gone through it. They've got a game on us, and you know this is our first shot at it, and we've got a lot of new kids to football, and teaching them to fight through and gut check time in the second half.
One last question. You mentioned that they do have one game on you. What advantage does that give them?
Well, they've experienced all this. You know, some of their new kids, I know they've got a ton of kids back, but you kind of forget until you go through it. And, you know, it's hot and humid, and you know, they've played a full 48-minute game. We played a controlled scrimmage. So it's going to be up to us to mentally and physically fight through this.
Thanks so much. Best of luck. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Barrett. Thanks to Coach Martin and Coach Ashley for taking time with us to talk with us at halftime. So, Bill, as you look at the second half, what do you see as the keys for each team and to try to get a win W for either the Lions or the Mustangs? What do they need to do?
I'll start with Breck. Breck has 9 penalties in the first half, totally unacceptable from a coach's point of view. they've got to clean that part of their game up. Everything else went pretty well. Their defense surprisingly stood up pretty well against the run game. They had a couple of breakdowns with big pass plays, but otherwise they did pretty well. So they just need to build on what they did well in the first half. Offense was pretty good. Providence, they've got to eliminate a couple of mistakes, but they've got to find some offensive consistency. The one thing that they did not generate tonight in the first half was a consistent running game, and that was one of the things that Coach Ashe said, that they're going to build their offense around the consistency of their running game, and they were stifled a little bit in the second quarter with that, and they really need to settle into their running game so that they can run their passing game off of their running game. So if both teams will do that, I think we're going to have a very balanced game. I think it's going to come down to the tail end of the fourth quarter to see who's going to win this thing.
Braden Kulik so far, 10 out of 18 passes, a couple of touchdowns. Henry Van Dellen, 3 out of 7 passing, 1 touchdown. You only got 3 completions, Bill, but they've been for 113 yards.
Yeah, that's, the percentage isn't very good, but the total yardage is pretty decent.
So we'll get ready for the second half of play. Providence Academy will receive the second half kickoff. Bill, we had a heavy rain about an hour and a half before kickoff, but it has held off since then. It's been a little bit muggy evening, but not terribly warm, and not bad for the first Friday. You can get some real scorchers in late August.
You can get some pretty hot, humid weather at this time of the year, and it's been really quite pleasant tonight. The temperature in the upper 60s, low 70s, so it's quite comfortable, even though it's a little bit on the humid side. And players are liking this.
Chase Hedrick to kick off. Start the second half of the tie ball game. And the kick fielded by White back at the 14-yard line. Across the 25, Connor White trying to get to the outside and falls down at the 35-yard line. Return of 21. Good field position for the Lions to start the second half. Let's see if the Lions can get the rushing game going, Bill. They had a lot of success last week against Crookston. Ran for over 300 yards as a team. In the first half, they've been, for the most part, stopped on the running game. The longest game from scrimmage has been 8 on the run. They'll start on the ground, giving to Richardson. He'll gain a couple of yards out to the 37-yard line. Probably not giving Breck enough credit on defense. They have played very strong defensively tonight, other than they won the big pass play. But they've been solid. They've been solid. They've gotten some good play out of their defensive line, particularly their nose tackle Brown. And they've done a good job of getting penetration where they need to and defeating blocks at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 8. Pitch goes back to Richardson. He'll get it across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Pick up of 3 on his 11th carry of the night. He'll bring up a third down and 5. At the same time for Providence, and if you're Derek Ashe, you're not going to go away from your bread and butter. You're going to keep pounding with the football and look for big plays and success. And if not big plays, chunks of 4 or 5 yards at a time at least. Right. And what you're looking to try to do is, with your running game, if you can average mathematically 3.3 yards per rush, you're pushing the sticks. And that means then you're putting pressure on the defense. And pressure on the defense comes to the linebackers. Linebackers have to step up to stop the run. They're not going to be as effective in the passing defense. Van Dellen faking on the end around. He'll keep the ball, and he'll get a first down across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. So Henry Van Dellen, a nice job on the keeper, and the 6'4" junior picks up 6 yards. Pretty nicely executed play here. Van Dellen does a good job of faking,
and then gets the ball upfield, breaks a tackle, and gets 2 more strides, which is for him about 5 yards after he was hit, and that gets the first down. So initial first down in this possession for Providence.
1st and 10 from the 47. Pitch going back. Richardson trying to pick it, hold back inside. We got a flag down, probably holding against Providence as Richardson gets 6 inside of Breck territory, but it may very well be coming back. Fourth penalty of the game on Providence. This one will set them back inside their 40.
Yeah, and that's a big one because the net result is a loss of 6 from the loss of the play, and 10 because the penalty, a hold, occurred right about the line of scrimmage. So now you're going to be 1st and 20 rather than 2nd and 4. That's a big difference.
Van Dellen, play action, rolling to his right, looking downfield, and really nobody there in a white shirt to make a play on it. It's incomplete. Bowman, the closest player to it, and he's made a dive for it, but really didn't have a good chance at interception. That's 2nd down and long.
Right, and I think that one with Van Dellen just kind of threw it away because the receiver that was in the area, Drew Lahr, he had to hold the ball too long for Lahr to get open, and he just had no chance to complete the ball. So instead of taking the sack, he just threw it upfield out of bounds where nobody could catch it.
On 2nd down and 20, with the play action, Van Dellen over the middle and a little too high. His intended receiver, Lahr. Well, a couple times he just missed Lahr. And plays it, and Lahr's been wide open. It'll be 3rd and long.
Now, that was another one that, as a quarterback, he'd like to see that one again because, again, the safety stepped up, and there was 2 guys in that zone, in that middle zone, and the safety stepped up for the short guy, and the deep guy was open.
So 3rd down and 20 with 9:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-14, Providence and Breck all tied up. Van Dellen gets a rush up the middle. And he gets away. Van Dellen at the 40 and out to the 44. Somehow able to get out of the grasp of Kwaku Bodum and make a gain of 7 yards. Of course, it was 3rd and 20, so they're still far short. But instead of taking a loss, he does get a gain out of it, and
yeah,
it's a little better field position on 4th down.
That was a potential loss of 10 or 12 more yards, which would have made the field position totally different. He only gained 7, but from the point where he broke the tackle, it was about 20.
Richardson, best kick of the night for him. Bowman going back for it, drops it, picks it back up, and then he'll go down at the 17-yard line. So Providence, although unhappy, I'm sure, with the way that offensive possession unfolded. They get a good play on the 3rd down play on the scramble by Van Dellen, and an excellent punt there, good coverage downfield, and they're able to make a good play out of it and start Breck inside the 20 on the special teams tackle by Alex Maudry.
Yeah, Maudry does a great job of covering that because he forced Bowman towards the sideline, and you see Bowman's gotten a little bit of a cramp action here. Not uncommon on a warm, humid night. You got to make sure he keep plenty of fluids in him, keep him stretched and warm, and he'll be ready to go. But Maudry, I thought, did a really nice job of controlling where Bowman was going to run.
14-14, 9:01 to go, 3rd quarter. First possession for Kulik and the Breck offense. It gives us to Selness out across the 20-yard line to the 24. Good first down run, Bill, for Levi Selness. Has carried the ball 12 times tonight.
And I dare say for a 140-pounder, he's a tough little kid. He gets yards after he gets hit when he's out in the open field like that, and that's all you can ask of a guy. But you get an 8-yard gain on a draw play on the first down. That keeps your offense going in the right direction. That's what you like to do. It keeps the defense off balance. They can't sit on the pass rush. They have to pay attention to what else is going on.
Brief officials timeout when they're ready to go again here on 2nd down and 2. Kulik will give it to Bodum. Bodum stopped on the play and tackle Trent Weebush coming up and making the play. No gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, good play by Weebush to step in and corral Bodum right there at the point of attack and hold him to little or no gain. I think this is an important 3rd down here, John. 3rd and short. You got to believe that you're going to make a 3rd and short, and you don't want to punt the ball back to these guys right now.
And on the keeper, it's Kulik, and he'll get the first down. It's 2 yards out to the 28.
And Kulik does a nice job with that. He uses his body well, gets behind his center, and gets 2 strides before anybody hits him. And at 6 feet 4 inches tall, he gets 1 or 2 strides and stretches. He's got that short gain that they need, and that keeps the idea is to move the sticks, and they did that.
From the 28-yard line, just over 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Still tied up. Breck and Providence at 14. Flag is down. Catch made by Bodum out of the backfield. And he catches it out to the 35, 36-yard line. Bodum, that slot back. A good catch of 8 yards, but a procedure penalty again against the Breck offense. They had several of those in the first half, and this will be their first penalty in the second half, a 10th overall in the game.
We can see the cramp in Ramad Bowman's left calf there. You can just see it. You can just see that muscle just completely flexed, and just got to get that thing to release and relax a little bit. That's very uncomfortable. It's not dangerous or anything like that. It's just significantly uncomfortable. If you've ever had a cramp, that's as soon as it releases, you feel okay, but you really got to pay attention to, what the cause is. When the cause at this point is the muscle isn't getting enough.
Usually, it's a hydration issue.
It usually is, yeah. And I don't want to harp on it, but this is getting to be the procedure penalties are getting to be a broken record for Breck. They've had some nice plays that have been negated by procedure penalties, and they're putting themselves in a hole every time they do that.
Well, but 1st and 15 at the 23. You see Bowman still, we saw him a moment ago, still on the field. Derek Ashe coming over and having a good chuckle, and his team coming off a win in week 1. And, I think we saw early in the game, Bill, where they had some advantage having played a game already, but you can't really tell right now, other than the Breck penalties, necessarily who's played a game and who hasn't.
Yeah, and
Mustangs have, I think, been hurt by not having any game situations and missing on these procedure penalties.
Absolutely, and Providence has played pretty well, but they really haven't, offensively they haven't really gotten out of their shell yet, and I think that's a credit to the Breck defense that they've stepped up and played very hard. They've been good and physical. They haven't been pushed around by a bigger team, And they've made some very good plays.
Still working on the cramp of Bowman.
You can see every time. Look at his calf. You can just see that thing just won't release. The trainer's just trying to get that thing. Just trying to get that thing released.
Well, we'll take a break with an injury timeout on the field. We'll come back with more of our action here in the third quarter. It's Providence 14, Breck 14. And more prep football coming your way in a moment on Channel 12.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Well, the Mustangs will get Bowman to the bench and hopefully work that what we think is a cramp out and be ready to play again here tonight. But he's on the sideline. We're back to play. Again, it's a first down and 15 after the procedure penalty and had wiped out what would have been a 9-yard gain for Breck. Kulik under center. Hand off. And the gain out past the 25 to the 27-yard line. And first carry tonight for Charlie Gamer. Gamer picks up 4 yards. Will bring up second down and 11. Not a bad run, and they got close to 5, actually.
Yeah, actually a pretty good run. Pretty well blocked by the right side of the offensive line. So
second down. Kulik's under center. Play action. Kulik throwing right side. Underthrown, intercepted by White. Intended receiver was Mark Murray, and Connor White gets his interception.
Connor White does a nice job here. He stays on the inside hip of the receiver. And this is one that Graydon Kulik would like to have back, because if he gets that ball up another 1.5 feet, it's over the defender and to Murray, and it's a touchdown. And he just need to air that ball out a little bit and let Murray run to it. That's really the first bad ball that Graydon Kulik has launched tonight, and considering the number of passes he's thrown, that's not bad. So, but a great play by White to corral that thing and get the ball back to Providence.
First turnover of the game. First down and 10 for Providence at their 39. They give it to Ryan Richardson, trying to carry wide outside. Chased down from behind, although he does make a positive gain. Mark Murray, the linebacker. Now on the defensive side of the ball, makes the tackle from behind. Had some help. Richardson able to pick up 3 yards to the 42 on his 12th carry tonight. It's been a tough 12 carries, 34 yards for him.
Yeah, he's worked for every step of that, that's for sure. And Murray did a great job of running that thing down, but he was dragged about 3 yards after he got on Richardson's back. But it was well played technically by Murray.
Play action on second down. Van Dellen deep drop, middle screen. Ball caught by Richardson. Flag is down. This is going to come back. He's into Breck territory, still on his feet, and got to the 49 of Breck. But I'm sure this is a hold or an illegal block on Providence on this screen pass.
Yeah, I believe it was more of an illegal block or block in the back than it was an illegal block in the back, not a hold. And the outside receiver coming in to make the block on the screen, or one of the screen guys we'll see here. This is well set up. This is the running play. So We watch Murray. Murray does a good job of playing that, but you can see that the 215-pounder drags a 150-pounder about 3 yards.
This penalty will push Providence offense all the way back to the 30-yard line and set up a second down and 19 to go.
Yeah. So the Providence hasn't had as many penalties, but they've had two that have really hurt them. This is one of them.
Give to Richardson. Nice. Try to bounce left side, 35-40, and out to the 44-yard line. Tackle made by Buffalo Head along with Kulik, who's in on the defensive side. And a nice gain, though, 14 yards. Richardson's biggest gain tonight. It'll bring up a third and a manageable 4 yards to go.
Yeah, this is a well blocked trap play. And we watch, there's the power of Richardson right there as he finishes that play, lowering his shoulder and driving the defender Kulik back onto his hips.
Justin Brown also in on that stop. 3rd down and 4. White went in motion. Richardson the pitch, trying to push it right side and gets to midfield and another yard beyond. They'll pick up 6 and a first down for Providence, and they bounce back, Bill, from that big illegal block on the pass play a few plays ago, and 2 plays later, they got a first down.
Right, and with two pretty well executed running plays, but you'll see that, again, the not badly played by Breck defense. They just don't make the tackle. They had 2 guys, Murray and not Bowman, but Bodum that had a chance to make the play in the backfield and just didn't.
3:16 to go, 3rd quarter. First down and 10. Providence at the Breck 48. They're tied at 14. Van Dellen, time to throw. Goes to his right, has a man, and incomplete. Boy, he has missed on some open receivers. That was Connor White this time, who we hit earlier for a long touchdown. Unable to hit him this time, and White was in the clear.
And we know that White has some wheels, so well faked. You see, he fakes it to White. He gets a little bit of pressure, and then puts the ball, and there's nobody near. That's where you got to just touch the ball out there. You just, instead of throwing it too hard, you just got to touch it out there and let the guy grab it.
2nd down and 10. Matt Richardson in motion. They'll give to Ryan Richardson. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Good stop by the interior of that Breck defense, the defensive line. The linebackers come up, Bill, and they make the play, and it's 3rd and 10.
And you see what a powerful running back he is. I mean, he slammed in there, was hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage, and actually, by the time the whistle was blown, he had actually gained a yard or so. But, you know, he was stopped cold right in the backfield and powered his way for whatever minimal gain they got.
Third down and close to 10. In on the screen, another flag is down. This is Richardson. Has a first down and more, still going inside the 30, but once again is on the last screenplay for Providence. We may be coming back into the Lions' backfield again.
Yeah, it may have been another hold or another illegal block.
They're going to pick it up, it looks like, Bill.
Well, as long as the pass is completed in the backfield, then the people are allowed to block downfield. And we can see the ball is clearly completed in the backfield. So the guys blocking downfield are okay. And you see Richardson takes the ball all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Another well-executed screen. Their screen passes have been very effective tonight. Richardson does a good job of running in the open field once he gets the ball. And those screen passes then are quite effective.
That's a gain of 21 yards. First down run. This is Connor White. 20-yard line, trying to turn the corner at the 15, knocked out of bounds inside the 10. That's what we talked about in the first half, Bill, trying to find some plays for Connor White to get open in space.
Yeah, and you can see the kind of speed that he has. Once he gets to the flank, he's got it right there. Now he's at the flank, and now his speed carries him past 2 or 3 guys in a not a great tackling effort by the corner there. I believe that was Buffalo Head. Not a great tackle there. So you're not going to tackle Connor White with an arm tackle. You got to get up and slam him pretty good.
Gain of 17, 1st and goal from the 9. Give is to Richelson. Get a couple of yards down to the 7-yard line.
Yep. Pretty good tackle, pretty good effort by Salveson from his defensive tackle position to make that play.
Richelson on the carry. Yushitel Cohen on the tackle. 2nd and goal.
Late 3rd quarter here. No scoring here in the second half yet, but Providence right on the doorstep with a 2nd down and goal from the 7. Give is to Richelson again, up the middle and into the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And Providence Academy is back out in front.
A strong power play, just a straight ahead isolation. Good block by Wiebusch, good block by the left side of the offensive line to get just enough push on the defense to allow Richelson to get in and make the play into the linebacker zone and then into the end zone.
Tanner Scott for the extra point. He drills his kick up and through, and it is 21-14 Breck. Or excuse me, Providence Academy with 56 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Here we see a good lead by Wiebusch. You can see he gets a good push, and that gets Richelson all the way to the linebacker. Here we see it from the end zone look. And again, an arm tackle is not going to make the play on Richelson. He's just too strong as his legs to bring him down with an arm tackle. So he has, you've got to get a body on him. You got to get your chest on him. You got to wrap him up. And I think this is the kind of sequence, I think, from talking with Coach Ashe and his people, that they thought that this was going to be the kind of series they'd have more regularly. Right. They had to make a couple of big plays on long yardage. They had a 2nd and 19 or a 2nd and 29. They made a couple of big plays to keep the momentum going, and they got the touchdown. The challenge for Breck now is to come back and execute well. Their last sequence, they didn't execute quite as well as they had in the 2nd quarter. So they really need to get that part of their offense going again.
Bowman is still out, and Lawal goes back deep along with Johnson. Buffalo Head will field this one at the 12-yard line, out across the 30, breaking a tackle out to midfield and into Providence territory, and Ira Buffalo Head, the senior,
return
with a good return down to the Providence 45. There is a flag down on the far side of the field. Probably where you would see offside on the kicking team, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, just from the location of the flag, it's right near the 40 where the kicking team kicks. So.
Now they're going to pick it up again.
Well, even if there was a penalty, certainly Breck isn't going to have him kick again.
44-yard return by Buffalo Head.
Buffalo Head does a nice job with that. He breaks a couple tackles, uses some good. Uses his speed very well to get the ball upfield.
3 receivers to the left here for Breck as they start this series at the Providence 45, trailing now by a touchdown. Swing the pass out to Bodum. Bodum Lowers his shoulder and gets 4 yards down to the 41. Let's go back down to the sideline and Barrett Anderson.
Hey, just an update on the injury. As you can tell, I don't know if you can see right now, but he's walking around trying to put some weight on it. It is severe muscle cramps. I talked to his dad, and it runs in the family. So it's actually on his mom's side. This has been happening all of his life. So this is nothing new to him. However, it is severely painful to him. So back up to you guys.
Thanks very much, Barrett, for the update. 2nd down and 5. You look at Bowman on the sideline, and we are at the end of the 3rd quarter. So Breck trailing now, but Raps on the move themselves. They look to tie it back up. Providence scoring late in the quarter, and they go up 21-14. It's the end of 3 quarters. We'll take a break. Come back with more of our game. Providence Academy and Breck live on Channel 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
12 minutes to play with Breck and Providence Academy. Home and season opener for the Mustangs. And then 2nd down and 5 to start the 4th quarter. Charlie Gamer gets his 2nd carry of the night. He'll be close to a 1st down, Bill. Either be 1st down or 3rd and short.
Yeah, nice run by Charlie Gamer to get the ball up inside just off the tackle location. Pretty well blocked by the left side of the offensive line, and a gain of about 4 or 5. It makes a 3rd and very short for the Breck offense, and they're pushing deeper into Providence territory.
It will be 3rd down and short. Kulik, drop back, throw over the middle, complete to Buffalo Head, 1st down, 30-yard line, 25, knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Tackle by Jackson Baird with a gain of 12 yards and a Breck 1st down.
And that's, here we'll see that I really like this screen call on 3rd and short. I think everybody was expecting a run. They back out on the pass play, and Buffalo Head does a nice job after the grab to work his way back out to where he can get some running room. Nice move there, breaking a tackle, getting up the sideline, and getting a nice first down for the Breck offense here.
1st and 10 from the 23. Throw over the middle. Oh, and off the hands and incomplete, intended for Gamer. It would have been, if not a touchdown, very close to it. Boy, he had the chance, definitely, Bill, at 6 points there, and he couldn't hang on to the ball.
That's one way, that's when he knows I'm wide open, and I just get me the ball, and the ball just, maybe a hair overthrown, but it's right there. It's right between the 1 and the 7. Worst place to throw the football for a guy to catch it is right in his hands. But that was a well executed play. Gamer's gonna feel good about where he was on the field with that, and a nicely thrown ball.
2nd down, throw to Bodum, lost his hat, and
that'll kill the play right there.
Call the play.
Yep.
No longer continue a play when the player with the ball has lost his helmet.
Yep.
So they blow it dead there. But it's a loss, Bill, on the play. He was
the
ball a little bit behind him and well defended by Providence.
Yeah, and he did a good job of escaping the guy trying to tackle him. The guy could only grab the back of his helmet, but unfortunately for Breck, that resulted in instead of a gain, a 5-yard loss.
So a 3rd and 15 for the Mustangs now as they're backed up to the 28 of Providence. Inside of 10.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Kulik looking for something big downfield.
I mean, see, he's making some calls at the line of scrimmage here.
And Breck's
until they
take
a time.
Out.
Yeah. But like we said a moment ago, or a little while ago, the Breck coaches they work very hard at schooling and coaching their quarterbacks to observe what the defense is doing, and they give them, once they get to the line of scrimmage, they give them some pretty good latitude as what they see and what they're going to call at the line of scrimmage. And I think that's a great thing to do. I think the kids should have some responsibility for what's going on, not just go up and try to execute what is called, but to actually have to think about it before.
Reminder again of our Channel 12 app that you can download to your smartphone with the App Store or Google Play and Windows Phone, and watch all of our games live on your mobile device, and all of the events that we've taped in the past, and a lot more on Channel 12. Go to our website for more information at 12.tv. 3rd down and 15 coming for Breck, with 10 minutes and 13 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Breck taking the timeout. They have 2 remaining. Kulik looking left, fires downfield, has a man open, and it's a 1st down. Well, inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Breck. Gain of 20 yards.
This is really nicely done. Kulik hangs in there, throws the ball right on the money to Lawal, and Mo Lawal does a nice job of catching the ball, but he comes up with a leg cramp as well. He and Buffalo Head and Ramad Bowman have all 3 had cramping issues tonight.
1st down and goal from the 8. Kulik to the ground, and Gamer on the carry, and he's stopped after a very short gain by Ryan Yelatalo. Senior linebacker with the stop. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6. Got about 1.5 yards on that.
Yeah, it looked like he might have gotten a little bit more than that, but pretty well defended by Providence.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left here. The Buffalo Head will actually come tight on the line on the left. Kulik with the drop back, flushed out. He's in some trouble, throws, and incomplete. And a good job getting enough arm strength on that, Bill, where it wasn't going to be intercepted, and he wasn't going to get sacked either as he gets rid of it.
That was pretty good kinesthetic awareness to get spun around like that and launch the ball into the corner of the end zone, get it past the line of scrimmage, so it's not going to be grounding. And you can see he's pulled down by the back of his shoulders. And he actually had a receiver, actually had Gamer out there, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good awareness of where you are and how to get the ball downfield.
Nick Kramer was the Providence defender on that play and almost brought Kulik down for a sack. Instead, it'll be an incompletion. It's a 3rd down and goal from the 6. Kulik, play action, roll out right, throws his pass. In some traffic, it's intercepted. Providence gets the interception in the end zone. It's Jackson Baird.
When he launched that, I thought that was an easy touchdown, but the defense closed very nicely. That's the play that they scored on earlier in the 2nd quarter. And unfortunately for Breck, after a really nice possession, it ends up in the 2nd turnover, 2nd interception tonight. Here's the execution. the ball down and really well reacted to the,
Kim Davis was the intended receiver, and a good play on the ball by Laird.
Yeah, Baird does a nice job of getting back. Instead of going up to try to force the pass, he gets right back into the zone, and that kind of fooled Graydon Cooley because he looked like he wasn't going to be there.
Give is to White going wide, and he has a lot of yards to run for a gain of 2.
Yep. Oh.
And then a little push afterwards. And I think they're going to flag White here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. He decked a Breck player coming back onto the field, and that's a personal foul.
So a short gain, and then they'll tack on the personal foul that'll push Providence Academy back.
Watch right here.
Inside the 10.
You wouldn't want to accuse anybody of taking a flop, but that
there was definitely some contact there.
Yeah, definitely some contact, right. But it's like, excuse me. But the result, nonetheless, is a personal foul, 15 yards, and that puts the ball way back to the inside the 11-yard line for Providence.
Now timeout taken by the Lions. Their first taken here in the second half. 8:47 left in the fourth quarter. The Lions up 21-14. An interesting game, Billy. Hard to read this one.
Yeah,
I mean, which
really
team's been the better team tonight? I mean, on the scoreboard, Providence is, but Breck's made some big plays, overcome some of their penalties, although certainly, if they end up on the short end of the stick here tonight on the scoreboard, they're going to point to their penalties and the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Kulik, both of those interceptions, were on I don't want to say uncatchable balls, but he made a good effort to get the ball to the receiver, and both interceptions were good efforts by the defender to make the play, both by White and by Baird. Now we can see Ira Buffalohead here on the sideline getting a little bit of stretch on his calf. We've had some cramping issues with 3 or 4 players tonight with Breck, and Bowman is still over here by the 50-yard line trying to get that leg stretched out.
After the penalty, the second down and 19 for Providence Academy. Van Dellen throwing to his left, has a receiver, first down and more, 40-yard line, into the open end of the 50-yard line. Richardson down the sideline, breaking a tackle, and down to the 15-yard line, Matt Richardson. Gain of 74.
Well, that's another huge play for Providence. Their second 70-plus yard play of the game. And Van Dellen does a good job getting the ball out there, and Richardson is wide open. I believe that's Matt Richardson. Breaks a couple of tackles and gets all the way down, breaks a third tackle, and finally is brought down by number 39, Stephen Hedrick.
Ryan Richardson up the middle on the run. Getting close to scoring another touchdown. He's got 2 rushing scores tonight. Gets a first and goal here on a pickup of 11 yards.
And I'd say that if Providence scores on this possession, that will certainly put a much higher level of pressure on Breck. They had a chance to tie the game up and instead could possibly be down by 2 touchdowns.
First and goal from the 2. Van Dellen will give it to Ryan Richardson again. He's in standing up for his 3rd touchdown of the game. And it's 27-14.
So that changed that one play, 2 plays, the interception in the end zone and the 74-yard pass play totally changed the complexion of this game, change it from, you know, what is potentially a nail-biter to potentially a tie ball game to one that's, you know, it's not out of hand yet, but with 7:45 to go in the game and Breck needing 2 scores, could be a tall order.
Tanner Scott 4 for 4 on extra points. And it's 28-14.
Here's the same running play we've seen, that lead play, and Richardson taking it in behind Weebush, making the block and opening up that hole at the left side of the line. Lead play is just a classic play. It's been around for well over 100 years in football. It's hard to stop. You got to have people at the point of attack to make it happen, and a good lead play is a great weapon.
You know, 28-14, Providence Academy with 7:45 to go. And some work to do, to say the least, for the Mustangs offense. They'll have 2 timeouts remaining, only 2 scores in the last 8 minutes.
And the one thing they can't do is and Graydon Kulik has to rely on his poise here. He cannot try to force things. He can't try to hurry things. He can't try to get too much in any one play.
Well covered on the return by Buffalo Head. And he stopped at the 15-yard line. So add on top of it, they've got a long road to go just on this first drive, Bill, to try to get the first score before you can get the second.
Yeah, 85 yards, and that's the way they have to look at it. It's a great point, John. You got to get the first one before you get the second one. You can't tie the game until you get the first score. So it doesn't make any difference how long it takes. You've got to push the ball. You've got to try to remain consistent, and you've got to make plays just to get the ball downfield and score. And you can't try to get it in one play. That would be a potential disaster. If it happens in one play, that would be great, but you can't try to force it.
Kulik throw and a completion to Gamer. Boy, he really got popped on the play by Ilatalo.
Ilatalo says, hello. That's what we call an introduction right there. And again, Ilatalo, another good-sized linebacker at 5'11", 215 pounds. Get a good look at this when you say, talk about an introduction. Charlie? This is Ryan.
A nice effort by Gamer. Only goes 150 pounds, though, to hang on to the ball.
Yeah.
To pick up 4 yards there. Kulik to throw on second down. Looks like he's got another completion past the first down sticks here. And he'll get a first down on the first catch tonight for Kim Davis.
And nice catch by Kim on that play.
Davis Kim. Gain of 7. On first down, Kulik's throw is low and almost intercepted. Buffalo had the intended receiver, and the defensive back was Connor White. Second down and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line of Breck. 6:33 to play. Mustangs, who had tied it at halftime on a late score, now down again. And they trail by 2 scores for the first time tonight. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play. I think it was Kramer that got his hand up there and deflected that pass intended for Buffalo Head.
And here's where, this is where we find some, you know, if we're going to have some poise from the Breck offense, this is it right now. 3rd and 10. Offensive line got to block. They've got to protect. They've got to work their feet as hard as they can. The receivers got to do everything they can to get open, and Graydon Kulik's got to find the right guy.
Kulik throwing over the middle, and the pass too high through the hands of Buffalo Head and incomplete.
That was surely a catchable ball.
Yeah.
A little bit high, as you said, John, but certainly a catchable ball and well set up. People were looking for the shorter screen, and he was just past the line of scrimmage, and I think that was a really well set up play, and Graydon Kulik did a nice job, and receivers got to make the grab. The ball's got to be maybe just a little bit lower, but that's right in front of the eyes, and that's got to be caught.
Breck offense. Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt. Kulik back far enough where he is going to kick it away on 4th down and 10, and you hope for the best from your defense. Maybe a turnover as it's down by Buffalo Head at the Providence 39-yard line with 6:17 to go.
And this is where now the Providence offense, they don't have to do anything silly. You know, no procedure penalties, don't hold, and kind of got an idea where the ball's going to go. My guess would be it's going to be in the hands of White or Richardson.
Henry Van Dellen tonight, Bill. 5 out of 12 passing, 1 touchdown, but guess what? 209 yards passing on 5 completions.
5 completions. That's a pretty good average. I think that's
First down and 10 for Providence. And they'll give to Ryan Richardson up the middle, and he gets 11 yards out to midfield. First down for Providence Academy. You know, it was one thing that Derek Ashe told us in our pregame talk with him tonight. He said he's got good strength inside, but he gets out in the open. It's hard to catch.
Yes, he
is.
Didn't
quite get free there, but he's got good speed in addition to the power.
He does have, yes, he does have some good wheels, and haven't really had a chance to see that tonight, but he did get open on that one screen pass and was able to get some pretty good yardage. But yeah, when you're averaging 40 yards per completion, you don't have to throw the ball a lot.
First down and 10. They'll give to Richardson again. Pops it open into the free. 40-yard line to the 35 and picks up another 16.
And he might have had another 16 after that, but he got out there and was looking for somebody to hit. He was bringing his linebacker attitude as he was running the ball there.
Ryan Richardson, Bill, in the first half, 9 carries for 25 yards. Here in the second half, 12 carries for 81 yards.
Yep. You can see he gets downfield now. He turns up and he's saying, okay, where's the first blue jersey I can run over right there? And
back-to-back first downs on runs from Richardson. Give it to him again, of course.
Yep.
And he's going to pick up another first down.
Now this is where they're starting to wear out the Breck defense. The Breck defense is not going to be able to stand up against this because they're just going to keep jamming the ball at them. And you know, Richardson behind Weebush is just going to be really tough.
I called the first down a little early. Got 9.5. It'll be second and less than 1.
When you got 150-pound D-backs trying to make tackles on 215-pound running back with 10 yards of momentum, that's a tough order.
He'll get a breather here on second down and 1. Give to the fullback, Trey Weebush, and he will get the first down inside the Breck 25. First carry tonight for Trey, the senior.
So the Providence coaching staff giving, as we say, throwing Trey a bone. He's done a good job of blocking tonight. So after 3.5 quarters of getting to block, now he gets to carry the ball for a 3-yard gain.
Eighth rushing first down for Providence. 7 have come in this half. First down and 10 at the Breck 23 as we're down to 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Pitch and spinning and carrying for 4 yards is Jackson Baird, who we've seen on defense tonight, but his first carry out of the backfield tonight. The sophomore back will make it a 2nd down and 6.
Bowman.
And Ramon Bowman back in. Coming back in on defense. Boy, that cramp, you saw how bad it was. And he was, I watched him periodically on the sideline trying to work it out. Here's Baird breaking into the open, and he is close to the end zone. He is stopped just short at the 1-yard line. Gain of 18, and look at the run from Jackson Baird.
Boy, he hits the seam. And there's the difference between Baird and Richardson. Baird's not as big, a little bit quicker. He hits the hole just a little bit faster and gets up into the secondary very quickly before he's brought down. And now with this play will be run with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. And again, a score here will just pretty much end it right there, because there's no way they're going to get 3 possessions.
1st and goal from the 1. Van Dellen will give, and it's Wiebusch diving over the pile and in for the touchdown. Trey Wiebusch with the score. And it's 34-14. That offensive line has really started to exert its will here, Bill.
They
in the
really
last quarter
have.
Plus.
Yep. You know, the tie was broken with what, less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. So in the space of 13 minutes, we've gone from a tie game and from an opportunity not long after that for Breck to have the ball and tie the game at 21 to the game being virtually out of hand now, or completely out of hand at 35-14.
Look at it again.
Wiebusch just picking his spot and going over the top to make the touchdown. And really not a lot the defense can do. The defense, they made a nice pile at the line of scrimmage, and Wiebusch just threw himself over it and gets into the end zone.
And these teams will play a 2nd time on October 3rd. Scheduled to be at Providence Academy, and they've been redoing the stadium and the field there. They got behind because of the poor weather early in the construction season, and so now it's a question of whether it'll now be finished before the season's over. But that's certainly the hope of Providence Academy, especially if you're a senior. You want to play on that the new home field, and you want to get at least 1 game in.
You get to play on that brand new turf and everything like that, and kind of like what is it Chaska or Chanhasen's going through this year with their stadium problems.
Breck's next game will be home again next Friday night. They'll take on New Life Academy. Providence will go on the road again. As we mentioned, their first 4 games away. They will be at Minnehaha Academy, or against Minnehaha Academy at Hamlin University next Friday at 7. Bill, your old team, the Redhawks.
My old team, the Redhawks. Yeah, they've hung in there pretty well. I've had 3 or 4 winning seasons in a row, and that bodes well for them. They've got a core of a nucleus of a pretty good team.
Lawal with a big kickoff return. He's into the free, and he is going to go for a score. 85 yards. Mo Lawal. That's 35-20.
Well, when all else fails, run the kickback for a touchdown. That was excellent. Mo Lawal making a great individual effort, but had 10 guys in front of him making good effort as well. That was a well done kick return, and Mo Lawal is not the number 1 or number 2 guy back there, and he did a great job of finding the seam, getting a couple of good downfield blocks, and making something happen. Now, Ramad Bowman is typically the kicker, and now it's going to be Stephen Hedrick. I think he put one other kick earlier tonight.
Extra point is up and through as you look Again at the kickoff return, Bill, Clemo Lawal.
Yep. You see Lawal gets in there. Now he gets a broken tackle. A good block there at about the 25-yard line and uses his speed to get all the way through and into the end zone. And I think we might have had a penalty on the point after. There's a flag right there at the spot where the ball was kicked. So we may have had a roughing on Providence, a personal foul, roughing the kicker against Providence. So Breck will have they will be able to enforce the penalty on the kickoff, and that'll mean that Breck will kick off from the Providence 45-yard line. Now Providence has given them the ability to run an onside kick and not give up bad field position.
Right.
Or just kind of pooch it down into the corner and make Providence handle it inside their 10-yard line. I'm not sure which way I would go on that. The one side of me really wants to, run an onside kick, but they got a lot of people. You'll watch that they got a lot of people crammed. You don't have as much space to.
I think in this situation, you almost have to onside kick. If you're down 2 scores, if you're down 1 score, maybe, but you got to get the ball back twice.
Right.
In 2:31.
Yeah, it's a big order. But there's a couple things you can do here. An onside kick doesn't have to be just a 10-yard kick.
Yeah.
All it has to do is go 10 yards. And you look at the space between the 20 and the 10, and look who's down here on the left sideline. You got one of your fastest guys. And
Bowman,
if you can get Bowman, and you can get the ball over the head of the guy.
You get it in the air, get it a bounce, but it's caught by Providence Academy, and you get it down to the 28-yard line.
Yes.
And see you saw the coaches on the far sideline. They're like, get down after you catch the ball. You don't need to make a kick return. We just need to hang on to the ball, and the Kevit does do that.
So the kickoff return changes the complexion of the game. So it's a nice emotional lift for Breck, and a little bit of a deflator for Providence. Now Providence they just have to run the clock out, so they're just going to line up and send the battering rams at them. But Breck defense sparks up. You get a fumble recovery or something like that, you completely change things again.
Richardson back into the backfield. And on first down, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. He was hit, Bill, at the line of scrimmage, or maybe behind the line by Justin Brown. Got away from that would-be tackler and ends up picking up 13 yards.
And while other people on both teams have started to run out of gas a little bit, looks like Ryan Richelman is, as we can see right there, Brown doesn't quite wrap him up, and Charlie Gamer comes up and makes the play, but not until a 13-yard gain. And this is where a good tailback, a big tailback like Richardson, seems to get stronger as everybody else starts to run out of gas.
Handoff on 1st and 10. He'll get it across midfield in the Breck territory to the 48 and rips off 9 more yards.
And and you'd say, well, why doesn't Breck take a timeout? Well, they've got to have it. They can't take a timeout until they can get a long yardage situation. You get 7, 8, 9 yards on first down. It doesn't do you a lot of good to take the timeout. You can take it just to take it, but the idea of using your timeouts now is to try to get the ball back.
And now, actually, they do take a timeout after another 20 seconds ran off the clock with 1:12 to go. 1 timeout remaining for Breck, but pretty much a moot point at this time unless Providence would call.